Questions. You knof en people ask me, vu am I not confident? Vudo I fail small in front of others. Questions. Vudo I always dupe myself, I tell them. But it's not because of what others are doing to you. Questions. It's because of what you are silently doing to yourself every single day. I self-worth is not destroyed by advocates. Tesunamis. Questions. It's destroyed butini termitus. Silent habits start you from within. And today, we will talk about 5 silent habits. Constant comparison 3 minutes teres about die full sein. Questions. Adompero chapter 1 with Someone Elses chapter 20. I boot va dovedo, vesco Instagram, vese Someones vacations, Someones apps, Someones casones the happy relationship, and we fail worthless. Questions. Comparison is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Sions. Self-worth thrives when you compare only with your yesterday, not with someone else's today. Glüberne lesson. Questions. Stop comparing your behintes Genes with someone else's highlight reel. Questions. Negative self-talk 3 minutes. If I spoke to you the way you speak to yourself in your head, would you still want to be my friend? Question bodit. We call ourselves te im stupid. I mugli. Im no god enuk. I can do this. If you repeat ali enuk times, question sieht. Gumin birne lesson. Instead of saying, we can't, I start saying beim learning. A change rima failure to a filet. Questions. Putil Riese again. Overplayers in 2 minutes. Man was once reading a donkey with his son. Feest people sei per look. Questions. The father is making the son walk. Itain he put the son on the people side, but what a selfish boy. Making his old father walk. Questions. Itain bot zat on the donkey, people side popo donkey overloaded. Itain bot walket people laughet. Sions. Het is het false hava a donkey butare walking immoral. No matter what you do, people will talk. Questions. Overplaying others is a habit that silently kills your self-worth. Question you start valuing the opinion more than your own conscience. Guberne lessons. Stop living to be leaked. Live be respected. Questions. No ping promises to yourself 3 minutes when you say, but you will walk up early. You boot you heat snotze. When you say, questions. Will art healthy, I boot you grab jung. When you say, will work hard, I boot you procrastinator. Something breaks in Zide. Questions. It's not about discipline alone, it's about trust. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you tell you mint. Questions. I cannot trust you. And self-worth collapses when self-trust is lost. Glüberne lesson. Start with small promises. Keep them. Questions. And you'll build self-worth brick by brick. Questions. Ignoring gratitude at 2 minutes. The easiest way to fail miserably is to ignore what you already have and focus on what you don't. Questions. We look at your phone and say, it is not the latest. We look at your house and say, but it's too small. We look at ourselves and say, questions on no enuk. Gratitude is like fertilizer for self-worth. The more grateful you are, the more your self-worth grows. Glüberne lesson. Start and you with the right things you're grateful for. Microphone closing at 2 minutes. So, questions. My dear friends, self-worth doesn't get destroyed overnight. It gets hipped away silently brew. Questions. Constant comparison, negative self-talk, overplacing people, breaking promises to yourself, ignoring gratitude about yes, the good news. West like termites. When you detect them early and deal with them consciously, you can protect your home. Questions. And your home is your self-worth. Remember, the world will treat you the way you treat yourself. If you respect yourself. Questions. The world will follow. If you value yourself, people will too. So from today, stop comparing. Speak kindly to yourself. Live for respect, not for liquors. Keep promises to yourself. And be grateful. Questions. What is destroyed violent habits? Questions. Note sudden events when we think about the things that truly shock or confident or break our spirit. Questions. We often imagine some big tragedy, some life-shattering event or a huge failure. But in reality, questions. Our self-worth does usually collapse in on a big moment. It's not like a glass falling from the blue and shattering instantly. No. Questions. It's more like water dripping slowly, silently, drop by drop, hollowing out a stone. Questions. Self-worth gets eaten away not by ohne massive erkwakke. But by teeny termite small habits, daily behaviors. Questions. Little koike start them harmless at first, but silently waken us from within. Imagine this. If your phone suddenly falls in water, questions, it's gonna. That's obvious. But what if every day a teeny scratch forms on the screen? Questions. Or a small amount of dust enters into the system. You won't notice much in a day or a week. But over time, the screen will be dull. Questions. The system will slow down and on a day it may just stop working. That's how silent habits destroy self-worth. Questions. You don't really see it in the beginning because it feels like a nothing big. But on a day you wake up looking in the mirror and wonder. Questions. We don't feel good about myself anymore. Let's take a very simple example from daily life. Questions. Suppose some on wake up every morning and the first thing they do is scroll through social media. There's a friends traveling, looking fit, buying new things, smiling with perfect teeth, living perfect lives. And this person thinks, questions, my life is boring compared to theirs. I haven't achieved much. I'm not good enough. Questions. I just start singles on a morning break, their self-worth. But if that becomes a habit every morning, every evening, questions. Day after day, the mind is being trained to this asp better and the self asp less. The termites have entered the vote, questions, and the drama begins quickly. Silent habits are dangerous because they are not obvious. If someone insults you loudly in public, hurt, you'll not take it. And you may even take steps to heal. Questions. But when you insult yourself quickly, in you often meant a very day when you compare yourself, critique yourself. Questions. And tell yourself you're not good enough, that destruction is harder to detect. You don't cry about it. You don't talk about it. Questions. But slowly it becomes your real example. Imagine you promise yourself, today I'll go for a walk. Questions. But you press notes and stay in bed. The first time you look at it, you was tired, it's fine. The second time, questions. You ask yourself, I'll start off. But if this happens again and again, inside your mind, so making small breaks. Questions. Your mind starts whispering, you can't trust yourself. You don't do what you say. And even took no one else knov seat. Questionlied. This is half self-worth werkens not through ongeant failure, but through many small, invisible cracks. Questions. Let me share another daily scenario. Suppose you have a friend who always cancel plans with you last minute. At first, question give a time. Second time you fail irritate. By the fifth or sixth time you stop trusting them. No timing questions. If you would respect a friend who breaks promises, we would your mind respect you, break promises to yourself. Questions. A very unkept promises silently lowers your self-worth. This is why awareness is so important. If I ask you questions, have you ever lost money suddenly? You might remember one or two moments. But if I ask questions, have you ever wasted coins here and there? Small amounts daily you may not even remember. But by the end of the year, host questions. The losses mug creata, in the sameway, big filures are the realtivus of self-worth. Sions. De truatives are these silent habits smallis negative self-talk, procrastination, comparison, self-neglect. Questions. We have to remember that self-worth is like our bank account. Big losses hurt, but it's the daily withdrawal start bankruptus. Questions. Imagine adding money once a year but spending a very single day you'll still end up empty. Questions. That's what happens when we ignore resilient habits. A very careless thought, a very negative word. Questions. A very ignorant promised altake zomating away. The beauty however is this. If silent habits can destroy self-worth. Questions. 10 conscious habits can build it back. Just like termites destroy worth, but polish kara and protection can strengthen it again. Questions. Veto can protect a poor self-awareness. Instead of allowing silent destruction, we can begin silent construction. Questions. Akin were yourself in the mirror, a small promise kept, a moment of gratitude. Are 5 minutes away from comparison. Questions. These may look small, but over time, they build a rock-solid foundation of sword. So the next time you wonder, questions, the we don't feel good about myself anymore. It don't just wait for a dramatic answer. Don't blame on a big failure. Questions. Look at your small daily habits. They hold the real keys. Questions. Because your self-worth is not destroyed in honor loot explosion is stolen in Seelenke. Questions. And when you learn to protect yourself from silent thieves, your word will shine a brighter than ever before. Questions. Native self-talk your identity replica. Even the affirmationstheories are voiced that leaves in side alle vos. Questions. It doesn't speak out loud, it whispers in our heads. It comments on everything we do. When we make a mistake, it says. Questions. It told you you're not good enough. When we make a reaction, it says you're unworthy of love. When we say so me ohne zuckeding. Questions. It says look at him and look at you. You'll never reactere. This voice is our self-talk. And unfortunately, for most people, questions. That voice is not kind, no encouraging, is harsh, critical, and negative. Questions. The problem with negative self-talk is not just the words themselves. It's the fact that when these words are repeated day after day. Questions. When they stop being used thoughts and start becoming beliefs. And once they become beliefs, they shape our identity. Questions. If you kept telling yourself, I am stupid, you'll stop even trying to be intelligent. If you kept saying, I am unlucky. Questions. You'll stop not taking opportunities around you. If you keep saying, I am unattractive. Questions. You'll carry yourself in a way that makes you less confident, which in turn makes others see you the same way. Questions. Negative self-talk is like a sloth, steady drip of poison into your oven. Let's imagine this in a simple daily scenario. Questions. Suppose you are walking in the kitchen with a glass of water, and suddenly it slips from your hand and breaks. What do you say? Questions. Many people will say so mating like, Pokuch im so clumsy, I can do anything properly. No pause, was that really true? Did that on accident mean you are a hopelessly clumsy person? Of course not. Questions. But the mind doesn't know the difference between true and repetition. If you call yourself clumsy 10 times, questions, your brain will accept that identity. The more you repeat it, the stronger that identity becomes. Questions, and then you unconsciously act in ways that confirm that identity. Another example, questions. A student prepares for an exam but doesn't do well. Instead of saying, I didn't prepare enough this time. The student says, questions, I'm just dumb, I'll never succeed. Is the difference? Ohne thoughties situationalit leaves room for growth. Questions. De otter is personally definis the word identity. When self-talk becomes negative identity, questions. We close the door in improvement before it even begins. Think of your mind like our garden. Every thought is our seed. Questions. Negative self-talk is like planting weeds every day. Ohne wet may not matter much. But if you keep planting them, post questions. Very soon they will spread everywhere and cover the flowers. And just like our garden, your inner world reflects utside. Sions. A person filled with negative self-talk kan walk into a room with confidence, kan take risks. Questions. Kan standhalten cause the weights inside keep pulling them down. There is also another danger. Questions. The world outside often treats you the way you treat yourself. If you are constantly calling yourself useless inside, questions, you will unconsciously send signals of love confidence outside. And goose what? People will start agreeing with you. Questions. They may not say it, but they will then say it. In this way, negative self-talk becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Questions. You think love of yourself, so you act small, so people treat you so small, which confirms your negative belief even more. Questions. But here is the hope. Just as negative self-talk can destroy, positive self-talk can build. Questions. Affirmations are not just unique words on social media, they are tools to reprogram the mind. Imagine if instead of saying questions, I can do this, you said, im learning and im improving each day. Instead of saying, by im not good enug. You said questions, im wordt an im going. Instead of by im a failure, you said I failed once, but I will try again. These words may feel small, but repeated consistently, they plant seeds of self-belief. And those seeds, what are daily questions, grow into trace of confidence. Let's take a real for example. Suppose you are about to give a presentation at work. Questions. If your self-talk is negative, you'll think, but you'll forget my leanness. Everyone will laugh. Im not as good as others. Questions. By the time you stand on stage, you are already defeated. Your voice will shake, your hands will sweat. Questions. And the audience senses your nervousness. But if your self-talk is encouraging, prepare well. I will do my best. Questions. Even if I make a mistake, it's okay, I'll continue with confidence. Then your energy will be different. Questions. The audience feel your confidence. Notige de situation is dezelfde, but jullie dialogue changes de entire uitkomen. Jones, negatieve zelfspraak is like carrying a kritiek in zide jurment whenever takes abreak. Questions. Imagine trying to run a rakenwielen om ohne capes, pulling your shirt from behind. Questions. That's exactly what happens when you constantly insult yourself in zide. You're trying to move forward. Questions. But your often words hold you back. To live fully, you must zielke tata kritik and replake it with a coach voice tar encourages. Questions. Guides that motivates you. Of course, this doesn't mean undoing to yourself. It's not about saying, or I am the best in the world. Questions. Even you clearly need improvement. It's about being compassionate and constructive in your self-talk. Instead insults, questions, give yourself guidance. Instead of saying, to him terrible at this, is a net more practice and he can improve. Questions. I touch up change of words keeps your dignity intact while still acknowledging growth. The truth is, questions, you become what you repeatedly tell yourself. If you feed human garbage, it will produce garbage. If you feed kindness, belief, questions, encouragement, it will produce strength. So what your words, questions, because they are not just sounds in your head, they are bricks building the house of your self-worth. And remember this, questions, the world is already full of critics. There will always be people ready to point out your flaws. Questions. But if you also become your oven worst critic, wo will stand by your side? At the very least, you must be your oven supporter, question friends. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to a low-weight owner. Because if you don't, no one else can do it for you. Your self-talk is your identity. Mark your tar uplifts, not on tar destroys. Questions. Overplacing others marks you lose respect for yourself. There is a very deep truth about human life. No matter what you do, questions. People will always have so meeting to say. If you are resilient, til ask, beviso quid. If you speak a lot, til say, host questions. Bevudo you talks e much if you word, til say, bejureto ambitios. If you take it easy, til say, bejureto lazzi. Questions. Iso if people's opinions are endless and contradictory. Vudo we make ourselves prisoners of the approval. Questions. Overpleasing is one of the most silent destroyers of self-worth. At first, it looks harmless. We think, questions. But what's wrong in keeping others happy? Slowly, but slowly, we to realizing it, we start shine our words, our actions, questions. Even our personality used to feed into what others want. And the most painful part, even after all effort, questions, people are still not satisfied. Let's take a simple story. A man and his son were once traveling with their donkey. First, questions. The man sat on the donkey while his son walked. People after man said, but what a selfish father. Questions. He is reading comfort while the poor boy walks. The man felt embarrassed. He got down and made his son sit. After some distance, questions. People said, what a lazy boy. He makes his old vater walk while he sits. The son quickly got down. Questions. And but that toget on the donkey. 10 people said, behof cruel. Look at these two overloading this poor animal. Finally, questions. They both got off and stalking beside the donkey. No people laukate, what false. Sions. They have a donkey boot tire walking. The moral is simpler. No matter what you do, people will talk. Questions. If you spend your life trying to play as a owner, you will never win. Was you will lose yourself in the process. Questions. Think about your daily life. How many times have you said this when deep down you wanted to say no? Questions. How many times have you had to go so for boy so meeting, or even live a certain lifestyle not because you wanted to, but because you were afraid of disappointing some owner. Every time you betray your own truth to play as some owner else. Questions. A small peak of yourself what is hip it away. It's like carrying a heavy bug fillet with utter people's expectations. At feast. Questions. You may not feel the weight. It's okay, you can handle it. But as you keep carrying more and more, your parents want. Questions. What friends expect, what your colleagues think, what society demands, the bug becomes heavy. Questions. Only you realize you are so exhausted from carrying this burden that you no longer have the energy to walk your own path. Questions. There's also another supple damage. When you leave it to play as others, you start valuing their opinion more than your own conscience. Questions. You might act kind not because you are a kind, but because you want people to call you kind. You might donate not because you care, but because you want people to say you are generous. Slowly. Questions. Your actions stop reflecting your art and start reflecting your fair viewment. Questions. And when you knof inside that your life is a performance for others, your self-respect begins to crumble. Consider this scenario. Questions. A friend asks you for a favor, but you are already overwhelmed with work. Deep down you knof saying yes will harm you often pay. Questions. But still you force yourself to agree. Outwardly your friend may feel happy, but inwardly you feel drained and resentful. Nof, vast questions. You didn't honor yourself. You betrayed your own need for rest. And in doing so, you taught your own mind. Kunst, my needs don't matter, only others matter. It is the zealand destruction of self-worth. Teres about die sein questions. When you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no or not even yourself. Because the truth is, questions. Even those you try to please won't always stay pleased. Pay place expectations are endless. Today you may fulfill them questions. Tomorrow they will raise the bar higher. And if your happiness depends on their approval questions, you will forever be running on a treadmill that never stops. Respect on the other hand comes from living authentically. Questions. People may not always agree with you, they may even critique you, but deep down, they will respect you for standing true to yourself. Questions. Think about leaders, thinkers, reformers manivere criticized in their time. Questions. But they never sacrificed their truth for temporary applause. And in the end, they earn lasting respect. Questions. Overplacing may give you short-term acceptance, but self-respect gives you long-term dignity. Questions. And dignity is far more valuable than popularity. Popularity depends on others. Dignity depends on you. So, questions. How do we stop overplacing? It doesn't mean becoming rude or selfish. It simply means learning the art of balance. Saying yes when it truly aligns with your values, and saying no when it costs your pay. Questions. It means buying to others without buying unkin to yourself. Questions. It means listening to advocate but letting it draw your inner voice. Imagine a trace. Questions. Its roots are deep in the soil, takes nourishment from within. Isches. Its proverb spread wieder to give a shadow through it. Questing to others. Tats, hof we must live. Rotate in oven self-respect, yet extending kindness to the world. Questions. A trait trees to bend unnaturally used to satisfy every possible eventually break. But a trait stands still. Questions. Feminine roads will always be respected. Remember, the goal is not to live for liquors, but to live for respect. Liquors father. Questions. Respect remains. Approval is temporary, self-respect is permanent. Every time you cause yourself over blind pleasing. Questions. You are rots of your self-worth. So next time you attempt to sacrifice your truth used to gain zomeones approval. Questions. Pause and ask yourself. Do will you respect myself after this? If the answer is no, then no is the right answer for them too. Questions. Because at the end of the day, pay place opinions come and go, but you live with yourself forever. And if you don't respect yourself, nothing else will ever be enough. Questions. Breaking promises to yourself damages self-trust. Terror is so meeting very sacred about a promise. When give a word to so me honor. Questions. We true kaput best to because ik know that if we break it, they may never trust us the same way again. Questions. But what about the promises we make to ourselves? Do we honor them with the same seriousness? Although we try them as optional. Questions. Often trust doesn't matter. The truth is, every time we break our promise to ourselves, we silently chip away at the foundation of our self-worth. Because if you cannot trust yourself, questions, how can you expect to feed it in your own skin? Think about it like this. Imagine a friend who always tells you, questions, we'll be here at 6 p.m., he would arrive later every single time. Or says, but he'll help you, he would never shows up. Slowly, questions, even if you don't say it out loud, you stop relying on that friend. No replicate that friend with yourself. Every time you self questions, but tomorrow feel wake up early and hit the snooze button. Every time you say, Baile at healthy questions and en ubinging on young. Every time you say, Bail start exercising questions. I would stay glued to the couch. You mint discreetly recording it. You may lauk and say, but it's no big deal. Questions. I boot in a self whispers, or he can really own you. Antaris hove self-trust erodes. Note with onagi and filura, with dozens of small broken promises. Leedstaken a very relatable example. January 1. The famous New Year's resolution day. Zomeone decides for this year. I will wake up every morning at 6 meditate, exercise and eat clean. The first day, questions. The excitement is fresh. They wake up early, full energy. The second day, a little harder but still possible. By the fifth day, questions. The bed feels warmer, the alarm fails harsher, and the promise is forgotten. 10 gold comes in. They say we'll start again Monday. Questions. But Monday becomes next week, and next week becomes next year. By the time they can become around. Questions. They are the same person they were before. But was because enough they not only violate the resolution. Questions. They also train them into believer. They cannot stick to what I say. This is the subtle yet powerful destruction of self-worth. Questions. It is not about whether you exercise or not, whether you wake up early or not. It is about whether you keep your word to yourself. Questions. Because every broken word lowers your self-respect. Self-worth is built on self-trust. Questions. And self-trust is built by keeping promises to yourself. If you say you will read 10 pages of a book and you actually do it, questions, your self-trust grows. If you say you will save a little money this month, you actually save, your self-trust grows. Questions. If you say you will speak kindly today and you manage to control your temper, your self-trust grows. The act itself may be small, but the message you meant receives is huge, but you can't really own myself. And that is the foundation of unshakable self-worth. Questions. Imagine you live as a building. Promise you keep is a brick. Every time you honor your word. Questions. You add a strong brick to the building. But every time you break a promise, you pull out a brick. At first you may not notice questions. But as more and more bricks are pulled out, the foundation weakens, the walls crack, and on a day, questions, the building collapses. That is what happens when self-trust collapses. You may look fine on the outside, but inside, questions. You know if you are not dependable. And when you don't depend on yourself, you live with constant doubt, constant hesitation, questions, and constant fear. Here is a daily example many can relate to. You said a goal, they reduce my screen time. No social media after 10 p.m. I boot when 10 p.m. comes, you say, på just 4 minuter. At 4 minuter bekommes an hur. You sleep later, wake up tirade, and the next day you feel guilty. The pattern repeats. No, the real damage is not just the lost sleep. Questions. The real damage is that you broke a promise to yourself. And deep down you know it. Questions. That in knowing is what it's over yourself what. But the good news is this. Just as broken promises destroy self-trust, kept promises rebuild it. You don't have to make big promises to begin with. Start small. Instead of sein. Questions. Il wake up at 5 every day. Zei betomorof il wake up 10 minuten earlier than usual. Ik keep it. Instead of sein. Questions. Il run 10 kilometers. Zei til walk for 10 minutes. Ik keep it. Instead of sein, the il never touch jung fort again. Zei questions. Il had on a healthy meal today. Ik keep it. Slowly, as you keep these small promises, your mind begins to believe you are going. And with their kept promise, your self-worth grows stronger. Questions. There is power in integrity, the alignment between what you say and what you do. When your words actions match, questions, you radiate confidence. When they don't, you carry invisible shame. Questions. Tats wieso people enter a room and command respect, wie du even speaking de knof, they can't trust themselves. Questions. And tat self-trust reflects in their walk, their eyes, their presenke. So the question to ask yourself is simple. Questions. Are you a trustworthy friend to yourself? Do you keep your word when honor is watching? Because in the end, questions. It is not what you promise to the world that defines your word. It is what you promise and deliver to yourself. Remember, questions. The world believes in you when you believe in yourself. Questions. And you will believe in yourself only when you provide to your overminting that your words may answer meeting. So don't just speak promises, questions, keep time, even the smallest honors, because it has hope you build self-trust. And the self-trust is the soil where self-worth grows. Gratitude is the foundation of self-respect. Honor of the most silent beats, that erodes who self-worth is forgotten to practicute. Questions. It may sound simpler, almost too simpler, but when we like gratitude, we open the door to dissatisfaction, envy, questions, and constant feelings of inadequacy. Gratitude is like a mirror that reflects what we already have. Questions. But when that mirror is covered with dust, always is what is missing. And when you only focus on what you lack, questions, you begin to feel like you are lacking. Think about it when you wake up in the morning. Questions. What's the first thought that crosses your mind? For many, it's no but thank you for another day of life. It's more often. Questions eat Monday again. Wie do I have to go to work? Wie is my room so a mess? Questions. We don't have what us have and used like that before the day even starts. Your mind has begun a cycle of complaint. Questions. Complaints tell you something is missing. Complaints tell you what us are look here. Complaints tell you that your life is so many of less. Questions. And if you listen long enough, you begin to believe that you are less. Consider a simple scenario. Questions. You are scrolling on your phone and you say a friend people costing to us of the vacation in Europe. Another friend has bought a new car. Questions. So Meona else is celebrating a promotion. And then you look at yourself sitting in your pajamas, drinking tea in your living room. Questions. Without gratitude, you mind zasais po look at tire winning and look at your novhere. But if you look with gratitude, questions, the moment can transform. You might say, may not be traveling, but you have a home comfort. And peke aka this moment, question may not have a new car, but you have a vehicle that serves me. You may not have a promotion yet, but you have a job that sustains me. Questions. Gratitude shifts you from scarcity to sufficiency. And sufficiency is where self-worth is born. Here's another daily example. Questions. Imagine you open your wardrobe and say, we have nothing to boot. The truth is, there are clothes hanging, there shirts, pants. Questions. Dresses, shirts. They may not be brand new, but they can protect you and allow you to function every day. Questions. Gratitude changes have nothing into I already have enuk. Without gratitude, we zullen ourselves bu wat we don't oven. Questions. With gratitude value wat we do oven. Anta different dekades weten we veel wordt or worthless. Questions. Gratitude is about things. It's about appreciating yourself too. How often do you pause and thank your body? Questions. Your head has been batting non-stop since the day you were born. Your lungs breathe every moment, even while you sleep. Questions. Your eyes allow you to say chorus fakastora. Yet instead of gratitude, many of us look in the mirror and say, Paim to fat. Questions. To skinny, to dark, to short. When you insult your body instead of thanking it, you weaken your self-respect. Questions. Gratitude towards yourself is the foundation of respecting yourself. Questions. Tessa story of a man who always complained about his old shoes. He would look at others with stylish new shoes and feel miserable. Questions. On a day walking in the market, he saw a beggar sitting on ground with no legs at all. In that instant, he realized, questioners crying for shoes, but this man doesn't even have a feet. Suddenly, his old shoes felt like a blessing. Questions. This is the power of gratitude. It flips your perspective. It reminds you that what you take for granted, so meone else is praying for. Questions. The absence of gratitude creates a hole that can never be filled. No matter what you achieve, it will never feel like enough. Questions. Because your focus is always on what's missing. That is why many celebrities, despite fame and fortune, feel empty in them because they forgot gratitude. On the other hand, questions. Even people with modest means can radiate joy and confidence if they live with gratitude. Questions. Self-worth doesn't come from counting possessions. It comes from counting blessings. Questions. Gratitude also connects deeply with self-respect because it teaches you to value your journey. Imagine climbing a mountain. Questions. If you only look at the peak, you may feel frustrated because it's still far away. But if you pause, turn back. Questions, and say how you already climbed it, you'll feel proud of yourself. Questions. That pride comes from gratitude, fear of effort and progress. Without gratitude, you always feel behind. With gratitude, you recognize how far you've come. Practicing gratitude doesn't require grand rituals. It just requires awareness. Questions. At the end of the day, instead of repeatedly everything that went wrong, think of 3 small things that right. Questions. Maybe enjoyed a delicious meal. Maybe someone smiled at you. Maybe you simply got home safely. These may sound ordinary. Questions. But when you start appreciating the ordinary, you begin to realize how extraordinary life truly is. Gratitude is also contagious. Questions. When you express it, you uplift others. Thank you parents for their sacrifices. Thank you friends for their present. Questions. Thank you colleagues for their support. Not only does it strengthen your relationships, but it also reflects back to you. Questions. A grateful person is respected by others, while complaining is avoided. Gratitude makes you radiant. Questions. Enter radiance boosts your self-worth. So the next time you feel off before blaming yourself or your circumstances, pause and ask questions. What can I be grateful for right now? It may be your breath, your family, your job. Questions. Or even use the fact that you are alive. That simple shift can turn insecurity into confidence, envy into contentment. Questions. And weakness strength. Remember, gratitude is not about ignoring your goals or settling for less. Questions. It is about respecting what you already have while you work for more. When you respect your blessings, you naturally respect yourself. Questions. And when you respect yourself, your self-worth becomes unshakable. Gratitude is the foundation of self-respect. Practice it daily. Questions. And you will discover that you are already richer, stronger, and more worthy than you ever thought.